I got my client a 15K job in under just 4 days of launching his ads. So literally the next day, the following days, just 4 days after launching this guy's ads, he was able to land a 15K job. And in this video, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to actually retain clients, right? Forget about, closing this job or whatever, making them money and whatnot. I'm gonna show you exactly, even though you're not, getting them a great service, or you're not doing, even the bare minimum or even just the standard. If you're not even doing that, I'm gonna show you exactly why you're not able to retain clients and why you're stuck. A client comes in 1 week and then next week he's already gone. So just stay with me right here and just watch this video exactly to the T. So the biggest lie in SMMA is getting clients is hard, right? Getting clients is hard. Yes, of course. But actually keeping them is harder. Keeping a client, right? Getting them, okay, they're trusting you for about, I don't know, if you have a performance based offer or free trials, whatever, they're trusting you for about 3 weeks, a month or so. But actually keeping them for 6 months, keeping them on agreements 3 months, that is what is hard. And if you can't do that, you won't be able to scale. So, why do clients actually churn? Why do they not want to work with you no more? These are the four reasons. You're either not getting them ROI, so the investment that they put in, right? They're not getting nothing out of it. They're making the same money, or they're even making less, right? So if you're doing that, that's another reason why they're just gone. Poor communication, over promising and then under delivering. But the two that I want to look at right here is poor communication and over promising. Like, I actually love this, not under delivering, but I like under promising. That's what I do a lot. So I under promise. I always give it conservative numbers so that if I get even something decent, you know what I mean? If you get something decent, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's really good." If I told them I'll get you, yeah, you could see 3 jobs, 2 jobs a month, and I get them 5 jobs, they're gonna think I'm insane. But if I tell them you're gonna get 5 jobs, and I do get them 5 jobs, they're gonna be like, okay, you know what I mean? So under promising is actually what I like to do, so that I can actually keep these clients for a long time. And then communication, right? If you are not talking to your clients like every week or so, if you are not talking to them and you're just, chill, laid back, even though you're actually doing stuff, they're just gonna think, okay, this guy doesn't give a shit. He's not doing anything. So these two are really the things that you can control. Of course, this is just, you're just not good at your service delivery, and that you can get better. But these, you can actually control these. Like, you can communicate with your client, and you can, under promise every time. Do not tell them you're going to get 50 appointments, 50 jobs, $300,000 within the first month of working with you. And now, from there, clients don't leave you because Facebook ads stop working. They leave you because they lost confidence in you. That person that they first trusted, that they signed the agreement on, right? That person that they trusted would get them this amount of leads, would get them, this amount of jobs. That person, they lost trust in that person. So the Facebook ads work. Even if it does work, they don't care about that anymore. They don't trust you. They just don't want to work with you. So before we even, start, that this is exactly what I like to do. Before you even get started with all your clients, you want to have conservative expectations. Again, with what I said, under promising, you always want to start off with giving them, small numbers they can look at, so that you give yourself, like, even if you do decent work, right? Not the best, and you do decent work, they're gonna love you for that, right? So don't overpromise they're gonna get 100K months, 50 appointments, 20 jobs. Like, don't overpromise that. Make it even way less than this, so that when you do get them that, they're gonna tell you, "Oh my God, this guy is insane," right? The testimony will be even crazier. So the goal: do not become the Facebook ads guy. Become that person that actually makes this business more money. That's the biggest difference. That's what's gonna, get you from, okay, you're just this person's, Facebook ads guy where you just run their ads. No, now you're actually this person's main source of getting them more money. Right? You're this person's main source of them getting more money. So now that you know that, right? What changed? What changed, right? What exactly changed? So the ads that you're running were the same. That was all the same. The client's belief changed. The client's belief. Now they know, right? This guy makes me more money. This guy makes me more money. And if they know that, right? If they know that, oh, what is happening? Okay. If they know that, right? When they believe every dollar they invested in you, every dollar, so whether it be the ad spend, just your payment fees or whatever, every dollar they invested with you, they can get back many times over. It's wraps. That is a paying client for a long time. Because if they know for a fact they can put $1 in and get $5 out, they will stay with you forever. Like they will stay for you forever. So this is when the ROI is a big factor on why they stay with you or not. This conversation then shifts from, should I cancel? Right? Should I leave this guy? Or how do I scale? They'll literally come up to you and tell you, how do I scale? How can we scale this up? Let's do 200 a day. Let's do 300 a day. Like, for example, I'm not even making this stuff up. For example, right here, you just see it right here. He goes, this is when he got the estimate. Boom, he goes there, he closed the job. 19 freaking windows, 15,500. Right? Let's crank it up. And now this is a paying client. You see exactly like how this whole process works. So how basically everything would work is, once you sign on a client, you always want to under promise, so that they can expect even just decent results. If they see decent results, that's insane. If they see crazy results, that's like, oh my god, this is the best marketing agency owner that I've ever had. But the worst thing you can do is promise like crazy, right? And if you have proof, like if you have case studies, that's great, right? But you don't ever want to promise, because if you're promising like they're gonna make money, like it just doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even sound right to you. Like, for example, I could give you this. They're closing the job. How are you promising to them that they will make $50,000, that they will make $100,000? Imagine they don't even close. Imagine they're just not even good at closing. Imagine they're just not good at their job. So what I like to do is actually tell them, if you're actually just good at your job, if you know what you can do and you do it the best, like, you're not gonna see failure in this. You're gonna succeed. But I don't promise that, oh my god, you're gonna get 50,000. Like, no, So key things to look at. I love this right here. Your clients are only churning because they don't see ROI from you. You're just not good at service delivery. You're garbage, actually. Or poor communication. You don't respond. It doesn't seem like you're doing anything. They just think you're kind of slacking off. And then over-promising. Like guaranteeing crazy amount of results and then actually getting them decent results, and they still leave you because they expected much more. And then under-delivering. This literally double compounds with over-promising. If you over-promise, you under-delivered. And if you over-promise, you didn't get the results that you said you were going to get, you under-delivered. But if you under-promise and get the crazy amount of results, see how that's switches. But this is exactly my whole process on when I'm signing clients. Like, I make sure my expectations on the first call is, will get you the best things that we can do, book you these appointments, and it's up to you to actually convert these jobs. But that's all that I had right now. If you guys have anything for me, any questions, whatever, just put it in the comments. DM me. You guys got my DM somewhere. Probably in this video is going to be in, or in the comments somewhere. But I'm going to catch you guys.